created in an act of desperation and totally backfired on them. The noble Draconians were the polar opposites of the regular Draconians. Greetings everyone and welcome back to my channel. This video we are going to continue down the road of Draconians, but this time talking about the noble ones, so let's begin. Noble Draconians were created in an act of desperation by the dragon armies during the latter days of the War of the Lance. When the good dragon eggs, who were the source of the original Draconians, were liberated from the temples in Sanction, Lord Ariakas commanded the Draconians be created from the eggs of evil dragons. What the High Lord did not understand was the laws of balance who governed Krynn, mandated when the world was forged. When the ritual designed to corrupt the eggs of the good dragons towards evil was performed on the evil dragon eggs, it did not have the desired effect. Instead of creating servants of evil, the chromatic or noble Draconians inherently followed the path of good. Most noble Draconians were destroyed while very young, but some managed to liberate themselves during the chaotic last days of the war. After that, the survivors went into hiding, helping others when possible, but generally just staying out of the way. Their numbers thinned even more during the Chaos War, and then again only a handful were left after the War of the Souls. Noble Draconians do not, as a general rule, get along with any other type of Draconians. Most have a deep hatred for dragon spawn, feeling they are an abomination of evil. Most try to help others in need and render aid whenever asked. Like the regular Draconians, these guys also have 5 subraces, and we will begin this video by talking about the Frost Draconians. The Dragon Man stands 5 feet tall with white scales fading to grey. Its wings are folded upon its back, and 2 small horns grow above its eyes. An eerie aura of frost and mist whips around its body. Now the Frost Draconians are born from the white dragon eggs. While they inherit the breed's limited intellect and short temper, they instinctively follow the path of good. Because they are so rare, Frost Draconians are rarely found in groups or even pairs. Despite this, they are actually quite social creatures and will associate freely with those who accept them as good. When companionship of this sort cannot be found, Frost Draconians may live near human or elven communities for a time, acting as an unseen guardian. While they enjoy companionship, these Draconians tend to wander, most often migrating southwards for the cold climates. They do think of themselves as unique creatures and would not advocate for creation of more Draconians of any type. In combat, Frost Draconians are quite aggressive when angered, and rarely use sophisticated fighting tactics. If fighting in a group, they will attempt to surround their victims. They fight with their claws and whatever weapons they might have, preferably cleaving and crushing weapons. And if killed in combat, the Frost Draconians rapidly freeze and then explode, harming everyone in a radius of 10 feet around them with tiny shards of frozen ice. Venom Draconians. The black-scaled draconic humanoid stands about 5.5 feet tall, with a lean and muscular form, and 2 curved, sharp horns frame its serpentine face. Venom Draconians were created from the eggs of black dragons. Though often bitter and reclusive, most use their skills to battle evil. Venom Draconians are extremely rare, and when encountered will usually be alone or in the company of 1 or 2 more of noble Draconians. They are solitary by nature, only keeping the company of others when necessary, though they can actually be quite engaging when befriended. In combat, like a snake in the grass, Venom Draconians prefer to use stealth and swift strikes to eliminate its opponents. It will stalk an enemy and strike at the moment of the greatest opportunity. Venom Draconians see no honor in combat of any form, and will use any trick possible to ensure victory. If Venom Draconians are killed, their body immediately dissolves into a pool of acid. Vapor Draconians are draconic humanoids who have emerald green scales and stand 6 feet tall, with wings cresting a full foot above its shoulders. Its body is surrounded by an aura of green mist. Vapor Draconians derive from green dragon eggs, and they make use of an impressive combat skill and an innate divine spellcasting ability to battle their enemies and defend those under their protection. Both intelligent and wise, Vapor Draconians are drawn to nature and usually live in green woodland settings. They understand the balance of nature and will only take violent action against those who disrupt that balance, or evildoers who must be stopped for the greater good. The Vapor Draconians dislike civilization, and they are most comfortable in the wilderness, and in combat the Vapor Draconians go from a calm to a frenzy in an instant, often catching opponents off guard once committed to battle. They will fight in any way they can in order to achieve victory, but when they are defeated by their enemies and die, their flesh dissolves and releases a cloud of vapor. The Lightning Draconians have blue scales and stand well over 7 feet tall, almost completely covered with heavy plate armor. Electricity crackles from its claws. It has a long tail that whips around like a whip from side to side. Lightning Draconians come from the blue dragon eggs, and they ferociously fight for the cause of good. When necessary, they will use heavy armor and available magic to disguise their identity and battle for the gods of goods whom they revere. The blue Draconians are highly social creatures who seek acceptance among the other races. They show little mercy to metallic Draconians. Lightning Draconians revere the gods of good and have an instinctive link between them and the divine. Each choose a deity to serve, often Kiri Julith. In combat, Lightning Draconians are skilled combatants, using their size and strength to their advantage, cleaving opponents in two with a greatsword or crushing them with bludgeoning weapons. And they make use of their ability to fly and their muscular tail to gain advantage. Though ferocious, they will grant mercy to an enemy who asks for it, though they will take steps to make sure the foe is disabled and no longer a threat. A Lightning Draconian's ability to fly gives it an important tactical advantage. It can race forwards on all fours, silently glide from the heights, or attack from the air. Many opponents are unfamiliar with the existence of flying Draconians, giving the Lightning Draconians the additional advantage of surprise. Lightning Draconians are essentially paladins, giving them a host of auras that they could use to fight their enemies or help their allies. And if you do manage to kill one, when a Lightning Draconian dies, its body explodes in a massive charge of electricity. And lastly, we have the Flame Draconians. These Draconians stand 7 feet tall and have deep red scales, large wings, and charcoal black eyes. A highly rare and dangerous breed, a Flame Draconian uses fiery rage to defeat those who threaten it or serve the cause of evil. Flame Draconians are creatures of good, but follow a highly individual code of conduct that doesn't necessarily correspond with the laws of the land. They have a fierce temper and will explode into a frenzied state from slight provocation. Flame Draconians believe that the tools of battle are often very personal and natural extension of the combat itself. They make almost all of their own weapons and armor, smelting the items with their own breath weapons. In combat, Flame Draconians fight impulsively, preferring natural weapons or large weapons that deal plenty of damage. They use their rage and fireball attacks to attack the most dangerous opponents first. The Flame Draconian has a breath weapon, which is a 30-foot cone of fire that burns and eradicates all of their enemies. And if their enemies do manage to get close enough to kill them, they explode in a fiery blast, devastating everything within a 40-foot radius. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video about Noble Draconians. I think these guys are awesome, even though that probably you will never meet them in the world of Krynn because they're so rare. But if you do, you are in for a treat. So have a great day guys, and I hope to see you in the next video, and thank you for watching.